Good afternoon, everyone. First, I just want to give acknowledgement and recognition and thanks to all firefighters, first responders, police officers, EMT workers, and volunteers who risk their lives to save ours. I want you to know that God has a purpose and a plan, a special plan for each one of us. And I truly pray and ask that He guide us throughout every ordeal that we may face through this crisis situations. As you all know that I am the last survivor of the World Trade Center attack. I was on the 64th floor of the World Trade Center. I was in the building, the first building that got hit that day. And being on the 64th floor of the World Trade Center, not knowing what to do, what's going on, it's just like you preparing yourself to die. When the first plane hit the building, I had no idea what was going on. So I was just going back and forth to find out what was going on because there was no alarm telling us that there was an emergency. So after being there, feeling another shake of the other building that probably got hit while I was still in that building on the 64th floor, we finally started to descend down to the staircase after being in that building for over an hour. And while we were going down the staircase, I and my other coworkers, we was just counting each staircase as we head down. I was counting from the 64, go all the way down until I get to the 13th staircase. When I got to the 13th staircase, I stopped to take my shoes off because, it was really hurting my legs going down. And that's when my whole world just went completely dark. You can hear 100 earthquakes collapsing all at once. The floors, the walls just open up, dust, darkness, everything just come crumbling down, hitting me to the ground. It knocked me down to the ground and everything come crumbling on top of me. I tried to get up and I realized that I couldn't get up. But at that moment, I thought I was dreaming. I thought maybe I would get up and it would be all a bad dream. When I realized that it was not a dream, I opened my eyes and tried to move my body, and I realized I was completely stuck between the concrete pillars with my head wedged between the concrete pillars, my body all crisscrossed in that position, and had to lay there for 27 hours. I had no movements in my legs, I had no movements in my head no more. I just feel completely just stuck there, nothing to do but just prepare myself to die. God knows how long I waited there, but the only faith I had was just to pray and ask God to show me a miracle, to show me a sign. Because I know I'm still alive, I know I'm still breathing, I know I was conscious through it all, and I know it wasn't a dream anymore. So I stood there and I prayed so hard that at some point I just decided to put my left hand out, and my left hand was out above my head, and I was calling out so much for help and asking God to save me and give me that second chance. And that in that moment, someone grabbed me by my hand, told me his name is Paul, and he called me by my name before I could say my name to him. And at that point, I felt total relief. I knew someone was holding my hand and his name was Paul, and he wasn't going to let go of my hand. And I felt completely calm, just holding on to his hand until the rescuers get there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been trapped in that rubble for 27 hours, just waiting and preparing myself to die. Finally, when I got out, there was so much complication with me. I had 5 surgery done on my right leg. They wanted to amputate my leg on the 3rd surgery. But I have given my life to Jesus Christ under the rubble that day. And I prayed so hard, and I felt it so much in my heart, and I knew I was convicted that day, that they finally did surgery on my leg for the 4th time, and they saved my right leg. And since that day, September 11th had changed my life. I asked God for that second chance, and I wanted to show him that I was doing it for him, and I was going to live a life according to his will. And because of all that happened to me, and everything so complicated, I just trust and believe in God that, if he can get me through this, he can get me through anything. I lost 14 of my co-workers that day. 15 of us was on the floor that remained on the 64th floor. My 14 co-workers died, and God kept me. I don't have the answer. I don't know the reason, but I'm just looking forward and playing it forward for God and knowing that I know that He is real, He is alive, and He can do marvelous and wonderful things. And I just want to encourage each one and everyone today that regardless of sometimes we feel like our world is falling apart, it's probably falling into place. I have the faith and the strength to carry on now, that knowing that it wasn't my time, it's all in God's time. And I just want to thank you guys for hearing my story, which I wrote the book in complete details of exactly what happened on that day. But I just want to give praise and honor and glory and say that, God bless America. God bless all of you all, and keep focused and just knowing that there is a purpose and a plan in our life. And that part of that plan is Jesus' plan. It's not our plan, but it's His plan for our life. I just want you to believe that there is a God and there is Christ, there is Jesus. We just got to keep focused and keep walking that right path. Thank you.